everyone? Welcome back to the Russell D. McLean YouTube channel. This is video number 8, and today we're going to dive into the 7 biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make when they focus on naysayers and trolls. Now, I want to give a shout out to the Active Income Warriors. I appreciate your support as always, and also for those of you that are new, please give us a subscribe, like the video, leave a comment so we can receive your feedback on ways that we can improve it, and also what topics in business and motivation that you would like to hear in the near future. And also share the video with as many people as you possibly can. It always helps us serve the community better. All right, guys, I'm going to dive into these 7 big mistakes. Remember, as I always say, these are all writer downers, so you should be writing them down. Okay, number 1. Losing focus. Spending too much time and energy addressing negativity detracts from focusing on the core mission and goals of the business. Now, you know I like to talk about objectives over goals, right? But I like to keep the language simple so that you can relate to what I'm speaking to, right? Now, if you are focusing on the negative aspects of someone else's opinion, someone who may not agree with you, rather than why you started what you're doing and who you're actually serving, right? What your actual message is and your purpose, you will be cutting people out of the benefits that they can receive from the value that you have to offer. You cannot allow yourself to be distracted by someone who doesn't agree with what you're saying. And you also don't want to take it in a bad way, because they could be right about something, whether they're being condescending or not, right? It could be something that you can actually glean from it. So always look at it from a positive lens. Never be distracted by it or discouraged by it, because a lot of times your energy is infectious, right? And the people that look to you for guidance and support may actually start to feel discouraged themselves. So you don't want to allow that to distract you in that way. Stay focused. Number 2 on the list, guys. Undermining confidence. Constantly engaging with naysayers can erode confidence and belief in one's own abilities and vision. Now, like I said, if you find yourself questioning yourself why you even began your mission because you're focusing on the group of naysayers or the one naysayer that's attacking you, you have missed the point. What you have been drawn to do, that desire that's within you to add value in the marketplace, is not an accident. It is by design. So you are meant to serve. So you don't need to measure yourself based on someone else's perception of you. The only thing that matters is the creator's perception of you and how you view yourself through the creator. Do you understand that? The creator makes no junk. And even if you don't believe in the creator, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. But you need to understand that you are a valuable being and that you matter. And 9 times out of 10, it's still not accidental if you have an inclination to serve people in a way that adds value to their lives. So stop comparing yourself and measuring yourself based on someone else's perception of you. You're robbing people who could be inspired by you and yourself of valuable energy that you should be focusing on serving them. All right, number 3 on the list. Wasting resources. Responding to trolls and negativity consumes valuable resources, both in terms of time, emotional energy that could be better spent on productive activities, right? And let me say that again. Responding to trolls and negativity consumes very valuable resources, both in terms of time and emotional energy that could be better spent on productive activities. Think about it. If you're spending most of your time focusing on a negative comment that someone just left you, instead of that question that a loyal follower asked you, you're going to be robbing yourself of the actual energy and the emotional bandwidth to better serve that person. And you're going to then be wasting that energy on trying to combat with or retaliate or rebut someone's negative comments. It doesn't make sense, guys. Negativity begets negativity. Once you focus in on stuff like that, it just creates an erosive environment that adds no value to no one. Think about it. If you are adding energy to something that adds no value, you can't possibly be adding your energy in something that does add value. It doesn't make sense. And think about it. The people that are following you and look up to you, and they're looking at the thread for inspiration. Because a lot of times, being responsible, right? Being able to respond with ability. But if you're reactive, how can your followers be inspired by that? If they're looking through your feed and every other comment, you're combating with someone who disagrees with you. Wouldn't it be better for them to see you be humble, right? To be calm, and to even consider the other person's viewpoint in a respectable way. And if you ultimately disagree, to be able to do that in a respectable way, right? That will be more inspirational for your viewers. So please don't allow yourself to fall into that trap. Number 4 on the list, fueling negativity, right? Fueling negativity. And we got to remember, I said these are all writer downers. And I just spoke to this a little bit. Fueling negativity. Engaging with trolls often escalates the situation and can lead to a cycle of negativity that damages the entrepreneur's reputation and brand. Like I said, guys, negativity begets negativity. If you are not responding with ability, meaning being responsible, and you're highly emotional and reactive and sensitive, then you might come off as an insensitive, disingenuous person who's a fraud and a scammer. Because if you're sending out a message that is initially uplifting and that encourages people to move forward in a particular way, whether it's their health, whether it's their love life or their finances, and then you're sitting up there and every time someone shows up who disagrees with you in a way or says something to offend you, you go off the rails at them, you're setting a poor example, right? So, and all you're doing is you're giving them more energy and inspiring them to come at you even more because they're getting the reaction out of you that they're looking for. And now they're the puppet master and you're the marionette in the situation, right? And they're pulling your strings at will, right? And you don't want to put yourself in that position. And also, if your community is looking to you as an authority or a leader of some sort, right? A positive influence or a thought leader, how much more will they be poorly influenced by your behaviors? And now as they're running into people in their personal lives who disagrees with them, they're not being responsible in the way that they, react to someone, right? They're being irresponsible, right? You need to set better examples, okay? Keep that in mind. You are not in it for yourself. You are here to serve at the highest level. And the best way that we can do that is by leading by example. Okay, guys. 5. Now, this is important, right? Remember, all writer downers. Ignoring supporters. Hence, what I was just speaking to, right? By focusing on negativity, entrepreneurs may overlook the positive feedback and support they receive from their audience, missing out on valuable opportunities for growth and connection. If you have someone that's in pain, right, and they see you as an authority because they saw how you helped someone else and that inspired them to follow you, right, and to listen to you. And now you have this troll that regularly shows up in your threads, right, on whatever platform it is, looking for attention, and you give them that attention that they want. It distracts you from serving someone who may be desperately reaching out to you. You never know. This person could be right on the edge, ready to commit suicide. And because they've seen one of your posts or read one of your memes or quotes, it inspired them to hold on. Now when they show up and follow you and they're in your feed, you're so focused on combating with someone and arguing with someone and debating that they don't even get a chance to get their question answered. And then now they go off in despair. And you never know. They just might take their life. And I'm not saying to blame yourself for that, but you have to understand that your words have power, your deeds have power. Every deed, every word, and every thought is a seed that you're sowing into the future of your life. And it just may affect the lives of others. So I want you to think about that. Do not miss opportunities to inspire and connect because you're so focused on arguing with someone who doesn't have yours or your audience's best interest at heart. All right, number 6 on the list. Stagnating growth. Constantly battling naysayers can prevent entrepreneurs from innovating and adapting to new challenges and opportunities, hindering the growth of their business. Now, if you're talking about how to be encouraged, how to love yourself, how to be more self-aware, how to have a growth mindset, but people literally see you acting out in a fixed mindset by not being able to see someone else's side, by easily being offended because someone thinks in a different manner than you, and by not being able to control your emotions, you're going to stunt the growth of your business and you won't inspire growth in others. You need to look at the situation from a positive lens. Like I said, every situation, everything in existence always has two sides, a positive and a negative. It will do us well to focus on the positive, right? And even when Solomon talks about considering the ways of the ant, what he means is when things are positive and going well, you need to be thinking negative. What does that mean? Prepare for when things might not go well. But when things are going negative, you need to be thinking positive. Why? Because it gives you the energy and the strength and the mindset to endure, to be resilient, to persevere, right? To be resourceful. But if you're being negatively influenced all of the time and you're feeding into that, now you're not going to actually put yourself in a situation where you can grow. And we don't want to be doing that, right? So, to number 7 on the list. And you know what I'm going to say, guys, those of you that follow me. If you do all 6 and ignore the 7th step, right? If you do the 7th mistake, you're going to ruin all of the best practices that came before, right? So please acknowledge each of these best practices, especially the 7th one, because the 7th one is always foundational. All right, here we go, guys. Diminishing impact. Ultimately, giving too much attention to naysayers and trolls diminishes the impact of the entrepreneur's message and mission as it becomes overshadowed by negativity and distraction. Now, guys, like I said, you're creating an environment of negativity. You're stunning your growth, right? You're lowering your own confidence, right? And you're actually affecting the confidence of your followers. It's just not a good feedback loop that you're creating. So what you want to do is increase impact by being what? Impactful. How can you be impactful if you're easily moved to and fro by the opinions of someone who's a contrarian, who just shows up for the sake of being disagreeable? No matter what you say, they got to find something to disagree about, right? Whether it's actually positive or even if it's not, they don't know how to be responsible in the way that they disagree. But guess what? Neither are you, because you're reacting in an irresponsible manner and you're feeding into the nonsense. Listen, and I'm not saying to hate the naysayers or the trolls. Love your brethren, right? I'm a man of God. I fear the Lord, right? So I'm going to do what the Lord says. What does the Lord say? He says, honor our men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. Which means I'm going to honor all men, whether they be of a good manner or not. I'm going to love the brotherhood, meaning I'm going to love my brothers even if they hate me. And I'm going to fear God, which is going to cause me to listen to what he said. And I'm going to honor the king, which means I'm going to obey authority. Because a lot of times there are terms and conditions on each of these social media platforms. And if you're arguing and you're actually feeding into the negativity, you could be literally violating terms and you could get reported and have your page flagged or deleted. And you don't want to do that. And I want to actually say this. By listening to these best practices, this is exactly what you get out of it. By avoiding these mistakes and staying focused on their mission and message, entrepreneurs can better position themselves for success and make a more significant impact in their industry, right? Which actually backs up what I just said to you. So guys, think of your own mental health. Think of the mental health of your audience and think of the mental health of the trolls and naysayers. It doesn't help them if you validate the ignorant way that they're behaving. Show them love, show them kindness, show them mercy. Answer them with a soft answer. Say, oh, you know what? I get it. You don't agree. I appreciate your opinion. You're free to speak it here. This is a place of free judgment, a no judgment zone, and you will not be blocked unless you disrespect, any of the other followers. It's okay to disagree, right? We welcome all voices with an open mind and an open heart. That is the best way that you can serve the community. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I will see you in the 9th video. Have a blessed weekend or day. Thank you.